Miss Gig. My name is John. We are the students from Nattawat Institute of Management. Today, we're delighted to introduce you to most wanted subjects in the 22nd century. John, are you curious?
Yes, I am.
Do you know that curiosity is the nature of all mankind?
Really?
Of course.
As we all know that curiosity is the nature of all mankind, somehow we always seek to the better road. Are you curious? Why did Genghis Khan invade Europe? Why did Columbus set sail across the Atlantic Ocean and eventually found America? Why did Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay climb up to the top of the world, the Everest? Or even why did Neil Armstrong land on the moon? Dr. Saran Posaya Jinda, the Vice Director of National Astronomical Research Institute of Thailand, said, "The nature of human loves challenges. Our curiosity drives us to explore the world, expand our territory, and inherit our human race." Now, do you think is it possible for a human to explore Mars? Some people may think it is impossible, but we are sure that this is possible. Anything can be possible. Let's get back to the past 100 years. At that time, we didn't know that we would have a mobile phone as we do at present. Back then, we had only a call box for calling people across regions, or we had to take days, weeks, months, or even years by ship to get to a place, but not anymore. Because nowadays, we just need only a few hours, 6 hours to be exact, to travel from London to New York by plane. In 1932, the first rocket was launched to the space by humans, and it took 37 years to develop technology that helped humans to set foot on the moon in 1969. Later in 2018, Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX company, said that he has a huge project landing the first human on Mars in 2026. If what he said becomes a reality, will take only 62 years after the launch of the very first spaceship. All of these proofs suggest that the journey to Mars in the future is very likely. But the question is, why do we have to expand the territory on Mars? As we all know that our natural resources on Earth are going to be used up. Take water as an example. Even though we have 97% of water throughout the Earth, there is only 0.6% of water that we can consume. A group of Chinese scientists stated that more than 500 lagoons and counting are fast disappearing because of the increasing demand of using water. More importantly, our Earth's water resources have been contaminated, and that is why the United Nations warned us that we are lacking clean water, and this is going to be worse in the future. Even though current technology can turn the contaminated water into the clean one, it is not enough to fulfill the demand of humans around the world. Speaking of Mars, the planet might have what it takes for humans to survive. According to the result of the investigation of soil from Mars, the research team of NASA found the mineral inside, implying that there was water on the planet. Furthermore, the environment on Mars and our Earth is pretty much alike. Therefore, the team believed that they might have or used to have an organism on Mars. All of the information strongly indicates that we have the possibility to live on Mars.
If you're curious to spend your life on Mars, here is what we prepared for you. We created subject for our future generations, LEM, or Life and Environment on Mars. We aim to prepare our next generations to enhance their biological knowledge and understanding of geography on Mars via simulation, lab, case studies, and demonstration learning focused on learner-centered design. We also include integrations of skills essential for living on Mars, environment, agriculture, and lifestyle along with the combinations of innovation and nature. Shall we begin with what we learn from this subject? Of course, LEM consists of the amazing 5 chapters. Let's begin with the first chapter. Foundations of Biogeography for Mars Colonization. This chapter is about the basic knowledge of biogeography, focusing on environment and ecosystem, such as habitats and climates, which are essential for everyone who wishes to live on Mars. When they complete this chapter, the learners can integrate the knowledge with the further chapters.
For the second chapter, Biological Adjustment for Life on Mars. Even though the environment on Mars is similar to that on Earth, humans still need adjustment, such as their body being suitable to a different environment. This chapter will provide insights into theoretical and practical knowledge of body balance, metabolism, and body coordination of human and animals in Mars environment. This is to adjust our immunity and body system and prevent any harms such as too much carbon dioxide exposure. The instruction focuses on practical knowledge and the use of AR or augmented reality to make sure that learners can understand deeply and more importantly, they can creatively adapt what they have learned to real situations. Let's move on to the third chapter, Farming and Cultivation on Mars. After we have learned about how to make an adjustment on Mars, what we need next is how to survive. Since we need consumption, farming and cultivation will be of importance. Learners will learn a theoretical and practical strategies of plant structures, obligation, photosynthesis, reproduction, and techniques to grow plants in different environments. Besides, the chapter encourages learners to conduct research and experiment, so they will mostly learn from their experience in laboratory.
At this point, we have found a way to survive. It's time to maintain what we have. The fourth chapter, Natural Resource Management for Effective and Sustainable Outcomes, will provide learners with strategies for calculating limited natural resources in daily life, such as water, clean energy, and even recycling garbage into energy. Learners will learn by criticizing case studies and demonstrating as individuals and as a team. To find the sustainable solutions of consuming the energy, learner can adapt knowledge from previous chapter with this, and they will have to do so from the given situations. For example, if you have only 1 liter of water for a week, how can you generate more water for your survival? As you can see, learner will sharpen their problem-solving skill after the completion of the fourth chapter. Now we come to the last chapter, Invention and Innovation for Life Quality on Mars. This chapter will feature forms and process of inventing tools and innovation. It is the integrations of all skills learned from all previous chapters in collaborations with design thinking. Since we focus on life improvement, calculating risks in daily activities, modifying techniques for better life quality, or even preventing natural disaster, all matter. Learners are encouraged to invent anything, whether tools or strategies depends on their preference. It can be a new gadget that can alarm the storm, or the idea of managing land for multiple purposes. Moreover, they will learn about ethics and laws for invention and innovation. Every notion they come up with must be fresh, practical, and most importantly, ethical. Last but not least, for the evaluations and assessment of this subject, we won't provide any scores or grades, neither is there a paper exam. Instead, we will focus on the improvement by looking at the outcomes of the invention or innovation to see if it's practical and ethical. Moreover, the abilities of each learner will be evaluated via simulation situations and MR or mixed reality to see the unique strengths, problem-solving skills, and the ability to integrate the knowledge they have gained to use for the livelihood on Mars.
Wow, that amazing, right?
Yes.
In conclusion, when people start exploring and colonizing on Mars, LEM, life and environment on Mars, is going to be the most wanted subject in 22nd century, focuses on environment, ecosystem, lifestyle, as well as combining technology and nature along together. The question is, are you ready for such a huge change?
Oh, like the Stephen Hawking said, humans should begin the process of permanently settling other planets for ensuring that when the Earth is coming to the end, it will not be the end of human race.
Hi, อย่าลืมกดไลค์กดแชร์หรือกด subscribe ที่สำคัญกดกระดิ่งเพื่อติดตามสาระดีๆจากคณะ LA ของเราด้วยนะคะ